pressure. But it looks like the gates are open and the game is underway. Belfast is throwing out some crossbows here onto Fails now, the Warlock on team #Synergy. And he is playing that Demonology spec as well. So this could be pretty interesting. I mean, having those dots available, he will be able to break polys and potentially even fears too. So he's got to be really careful on who he's putting those dots on. But they're the triple Chaos Wave coming out there onto the whole team of lastminute.com. No significant pressure at this point in time, though. Both teams are just sitting around the pillars, playing it out safe, kind of waiting. But WizKid, though, he goes in with a triple Noah, blanket signs, full poly coming out to Vegas here, and the damage comes out. The full fear going out to Belfast Girl. Loading Screen's in a lot of trouble at this point. Not snared up, though, so she manages to run around that corner, manages to top herself, catching that half poly into the full fear onto Viticus. This rotating chain, the full poly coming out to Belfast Girl. It's a 3v1 right now. Loading Screen's in so much trouble. Not necessarily taking a lot of damage, though. The half poly coming out to Belfast Girl. Maybe we're going to see a fear coming out to Viticus. They're going to be able to rotate these CCs endlessly. Loading Screen taking a lot of damage here at this point. The full fear coming now out to Belfast Girl. The full Hodge coming out onto the priest, though. Belfast Girl blocks it, and he fails the poly because he gets hit by a fear there. Loading Screen is taking just a little bit amount of damage, and the bubble comes out there as well. Viticus relentlessly getting hit by those CCs from #Synergy. This team, they are right. They have the synergy to make this comp work. Wow, they're doing absolutely amazing this far into the play.
Yeah, and I'd be very scared if I was Loading Screen and Belfast Girl. None of it, they don't have bubble, they don't have ice block. Belfast Girl uses ice block offensively to try to get a polymorph, but he's denied by a fear cast from Fail. So really good job by this caster cleave shutting down the CC from Belfast Girl. And once again, they're just showing why this double caster cleave is so good. They're just controlling the other team so well. Belfast Girl stuck into a half fear, and Loading Screen is probably just going to go down with a full poly on a Viticus. So really good job. They did an excellent job synergizing their CSC cast.
There's not many great pillars on this map. You know, it's not like the Grand Arena, you know, and other maps like Dalaran Sewers where the pillars are really, really, really large and very easy to kite around. So I don't think that lastminute.com can play as defensively here. I think they're kind of going to go all in to try and make something of this. But #Synergy, we've seen it here today, guys. These guys are coming out fighting. They are not going to go down without a fight, and the gates are open, and it looks like the #Synergy are holding the mid ramp here, and they're going to take the top of the bridge, and Loading Screen is throwing some damage out here onto WizKid1, but he's taking a significant amount of damage himself, and he does get the CS on Cast Viticus there. Loading Screen's going to be in a lot of trouble. The blanket stands coming out there to try and deny some incoming damage, throwing out the flash heals onto himself. Really, really well played. Managing to keep himself alive there, buying Viticus enough time, but the full fear landing onto Viticus. He uses Trinket really early on into the game. This is looking really, really bad for lastminute.com right now. Belfast Girl needs to be doing much better, rotating those polymorphs onto this Locker Maze to try and mitigate all of this incoming damage. Loading Screen is desperately throwing out these flash heals. Does get interrupted on cast by that as well. Maybe he's not going to be able to bubble. Doesn't land, and she goes down. The block coming out of Belfast Girl, they're desperately trying to be able to get some peels out when hit by that blanket silence there. Wow. I just wanted to take a quick look.
A really good job by this team of Synergy, showing that they are playing extremely well with that double caster lineup. You know, playing almost impeccably at the end there with that cross CC.
Yeah, I mean, that team is just relentless. It would not surprise me if these guys made it all the way through to the grand finals of today's game. Wow, they're really on form. I'm not going to lie. So far in this tournament, it feels like that this team is really living up to the expectations of their potential, of their team composition. Wow, and I don't know how much practice these guys are putting. I don't know who they are. I have no idea how often they play together, but you can tell that they do have that synergy and they can execute amazing CC chains, and they have such great coordination, and they've got a lot of awareness as to what's going on in the game, and they know what they need to do to support their teammates to land these CCs that they're managing to score kills off. Again, great game, a very, very fast series, or a quick 2-0 sweep coming out there from #Synergy.
But the team of NG with the rep out, and obviously the Hodge potential is amazing. So if they can get a Hodge out onto a healer, which they do right now, a Hodge going on to Burrito Bowl X, Fails dropping down to 37% actually. Burrito Bowl just sitting in that CC, eating a blood up science as well. So Fails dropping down into a war stop, 3%. Oh no, trying to get a fear out, desperately blackout. This is not looking well for Synergy.
It was not looking well, but you do have to notice there that the coordination, all three of you saw their Trinket on #Synergy, but do notice the way that they executed was absolutely perfect. But Fails is not out of the trouble just yet. A lot of damage is being dumped into him. He's got that retribution probably relentlessly going at him, dropping down, and he's dead. He cycled through all of this Warlock's cooldowns, and wow, I wish I was Sega Balar. They absolutely tore a hole through #Synergy. I think that in mind. But we're getting straight into this game now. The gates are open, and it looks like I wish I was Nega Ballard. They're taking the center pillar, but hashtag Synergy are definitely trying to do the same thing as well. The blazing speed and the blink comes in. Triple Nova coming out. Full poly coming out onto the Resto Shaman. A lot of damage is getting dumped in here into the Retribution poly, but he's just going to heal through that like it was nothing. Great play there. The half poly coming out to the Resto Shaman into the fear there. Probably going to see a poly come over onto the mage, and we do it. Lands, the block comes out. He has no trinket or block available. The Paladin's in a lot of trouble here. He gets locked out on cast, and he could go down. Fantastic play by WizKid does. Again, completely flipped the tables. Hashtag Synergy. They are not out of this game yet. It is 1-all between I wish I was Nega Ballard and hashtag Synergy. I want to take a quick look at that replay.
Same map here. Let's look to see if we see the same opener from Synergy, where they just Nova the entire opposing team, and just get a big old Nova on them into a Blood Elf Silence. I think that was killer, just getting so much pressure right off the start. And it looks like the team of Nega Ballard is trying to avoid that this time around. Fails trying to get some fears out, trying to get some CC into this team here, but having to be pushed back, Demon leaping back. The team of NB just kind of staying back there around that wheelbarrow. Not trying to dive in too hard. The Red Paladin trying to do some damage onto Fails, however, fear going out into Shaman, or the mage named Shaman, so a little bit of CC getting mitigated there. But the Shaman having, or the Warlock having to play back a little bit, just not being able to go as offensive as possible. A block going out into Shaman to avoid that sheep there. A lot of CC happening, but the team of NB being able to get back.
Yeah, completely, but you've got to see there's a lot of pressure that's coming out onto the Retribution Paladin. He's top right now, but not for very long. The full face on that onto the mage. He does get this spell there. Really well played by the Resto Shaman. And here it is, the damage coming out onto the Retribution Paladin. The Warthog coming out there by the Resto Shaman. Full poly coming out onto the mage there, denying any CC is going to come out. The Retribution Paladin. Full fear onto the Resto Shaman here. Global coming out there. Very, very good choice. Do not see the deal there with that counter spell available by WizKid. Really well played there by the Retribution Paladin. Managed to pick himself up a little bit there. The Resto Shaman did get CS on cast there, going into a full poly. It looks like it's going to be the end of the game, and it looks like the Rex does go down. The Hodge came out into the poly. It's not going to be enough. I mean, wow, really, really amazing coordination between both of these casters.
Yeah, that Blood Elf Silence at the end there, that Fails did on that Nova Priest.
Kind of grim, but anyway, there's going to be 10 seconds left until these gates open. We have Cute Single Dads rocking that Boomkin Mage composition up against this MLP. Now, I'm really, really interested to see how this is going to pan out. I think the Cute Single Dads kind of need to play a little bit further back, play from range, not allowing the Warlock to be able to get these consecutive fears coming out, and they should be able to win just through the pure rock damage, but we'll see. Fails coming really far out into the open here now, throwing out some damage onto the whole team of Cute Single Dads here. The full roots coming out though onto the Discipline Priest on hashtag Synergy. Full fear that now is coming out onto Manny Jr. A lot of damage is going into the Warlock here. The Hellstone comes out and the Dark Regeneration, and the Demonic Levers come out as well. That's pretty much everything that's come out there from Fails in the opener there. The Cute Single Dads are coming out relentlessly. They do not care. They are going all out, guns blazing. Again, a full polymorph coming over now onto Manny Jr. and a repoly coming out there as well. Snug taking a significant amount of damage, fully dotted up. You just need to be able to get the CC out onto Chillmatics. The full poly coming out to Chillmatics. The half fear coming out to Manny Jr. This could potentially be it. The Snug, unless he gets back to the pill that he looks like he's going to great line of sight that all the DPS is there on team hashtag Synergy. Really well played. He's on the other side of the map though. Sitting around 30% HP. WizKid done as going all the way in there. The damage is coming out now. He needs to be throwing out some frostbolts or something. Full poly is coming out now onto Manny Jr. and Snug is looking to recover at this point. Really, really well played by him.
So, Blackout, I noticed after watching these games on stream that a lot of damage is actually coming out from Breedable on these kills. Obviously, Fails and WizKid, these are the guys that have done twos together for so long. They've got synergy in their CC. So look for them to put all the dots out, and once they do that, then they go in. Look for Breedable to push up, and he's going to be the one to push in the killing blow damage. You know, with these weapon enchants missing in this arena tournament, it's not quite the same burst from Ellie Force from the dot rot. Here we go, they've got their dots out, they're going to set it up.
And that's what it is. The half veer coming out though to Trill Max, the full poly coming out to Manny into a R poly there. And it looks like it was a failed attempt to go in there. WizKid 1 dumping some damage now into Manny Jr. Maybe he's going to be the target of choice. The full veer is going to come out though onto Snug, but it instantly breaks there by the corruption dot. Maybe he's going to break again, and it does. Unfortunately, fails though. Is the target of choice, taking a significant amount of damage. Nothing left available. Power World Shield coming out there. Burrito Ball desperately trying to yield that through the damage, and the War Stomp coming out, and he manages to pick him right back up. Racked up with a whole load of dots. Fails. He's not out of trouble just yet. He's desperately trying to counter this pressure with fears and peels for himself, and he's done a great job at that. He's managed to stabilize with a full poly now coming out over onto Chillmatics. Full fear coming out onto Snug. Half poly again onto Chillmatics. Manny Jr. taking a significant amount of damage. He's dropping down below 50%. Could this be it? This is where Burrito Ball needs that penance to go in, but it's not enough. Chillmatics is going to be able to top Manny Jr. Going into a full fear though. It's not over just yet. No block available. Manny's in so much trouble. He goes down. Oh my god, he goes down. Fantastic plays there by #Synergy. Fails. He's also down really low as well. It's not over just yet, unless Burrito Ball picks him back up, and he does. Fantastic plays there by Team #Synergy. Oh wow, this is not what I expected to happen in this first game on the Grand Arena.
Perfectly timed by #Synergy here. You know, right as that Fear DR was ending, the third Fear came out. That's as soon as they landed that kill into Manny. And, you know, like you said, it's not over yet. We have seen 2v3s in the past, but thinking towards the next game, Blackout, what are these guys going to be able to do? How are they going to be able to trade it off? They seem so close to living, but it seems like the rot of the Boomy is just not comparing to that control of WizKid and Fails. Even though he's immune to sheeps, everything like that, like, these guys just have the upper hand, it seems like, the whole game. These guys, 3 seconds to drop in. Blackout, take us through it.
So it's Blaze Edge Arena, and it looks like that we're going to want to be seeing the Mage Lock team probably taking the mid. It looks like they're going to hang out down bottom, though. Fails is at the top. I don't know why he's chose to go up top there with his team down bottom. He does drop right down there, giving Cute Single Dads the top edge of the arena. And I don't ever think it's a wise idea to give up the Y-axis for no reason at all. I don't think it ever plays out into their team's advantage, but maybe they want to try and bait them all into a corner and cluster them. A triple Nova comes out there, full poly coming out onto WizKid. A bit of damage going into Fails, though. Nothing significant, though. Manny eating that full fade, though. The CS has been used, denying Burrito Ball's appeals, but it does end there, and he does manage to pick Fails straight back up. So that CS went down unaffected. No follow-up there. A re-poly coming out, though, onto WizKid Dumb. I do suspect the polys to be coming out now from WizKid Dunn onto Manny Jr. I was right, and that wasn't a trinket. It just broke on damage there from a dot from the Demonology War, unfortunately. This is a much more slow-paced game, but WizKid Dunn, he's taking a significant amount of damage here now. Instantly getting picked back up because Burrito Balls was pre-healing that damage from LOS. Really, really well played. Look at that position there on Burrito Balls and WizKid Dunn. The moment's passed, but it was absolutely holding so tight to them pillars to prevent any form of interrupt coming into them heals. Those free heals, really, really well played.
And I can vouch from first-hand experience that if Snug does, you know, get a good setup on you and he's able to just sit there and turret into you, I mean, even though he's got no cap form or no weapon in chance, Snug still puts out a ton of damage. You know, you can't underestimate a Star Surge into like a double Starfire crit. You can 100-0 somebody, especially somebody like a Locke who, you know, if he isn't ready, he'll just get popped 100-0. So, Fail going in for an insane leap with the Blood Elf Silence as well. Things are getting tricky up here on the top. You see those Star Surges coming out onto, looks like Fails once again. He dips 30%, should be topped up right now. Manny's coming off that DR. Snug living should be A-okay. Manny, now that he's off that DR, has an opportunity to push in quite aggressively here. But it's not over, as Cute Single Dads are still in the back foot. They haven't had a chance to put out any damage in a long time, and this is a lot of pressure for them to deal with. Trillmatic's doing a great job positioning and keeping out of range of those two casters. Fear's coming out once again, and that's going to be on Trillmatics. One left on him. Sorry, Snug now. Snug on the lower floor. Manny could be in trouble here.
Yeah, Manny's far out there. He's only sitting in the polymorphs, though. Yeah, he's sitting in the polymorphs at the bottom, though, but do see that it is a 2v3 scenario right now. Manny coming in from behind with a double Nova. He's going to go for a poly, but he does get feared on it. Great play there by Fails. Really, really good initiative on Refear coming out, though, onto Manny. No, it does get denied, but one reason or another, no, there's the half-fear coming out now. Snug, he's taking a significant amount of damage, dropping down low. Full poly coming out to Chillmatics. No trinket available. This could be the end for Snug. The Displacer Beast coming out, desperately trying to run line of sight away from the whole team of Synergy. And it looks like he's going to go down. The Penance comes out. The Chaos Waves come crashing in, and he goes down. Wow, amazing plays there by Synergy. That Displacer Beast, he didn't manage to get line of sight. It just wasn't enough. I want to take a look at that one more time on the instant replay. That Displacer Beast just come shooting out there. He was desperately trying to rejuve himself to keep himself alive, but then the Demo Wall leaped over.
On the Sokka, perhaps they're just going for, they're trying to get the both them casting at the same time, so one of them might have gotten interrupted. So maybe a bit of a misplay, but anyway, Yorkie actually blocking offensively. I'm not sure why. His partners aren't really in trouble. Maybe he's just trying to lock down a kill. But now Yorkie's potential kill target, I think, without that ice block, I would be pretty worried if I were them. The Shaman, again, I was talking about earlier, they could simply just cross CC the Shaman and the Priest and go for a kill on Yorkie. And now would be an excellent opportunity to do that. Again, though, Synergy not playing extremely well as they overlap again CC onto Kimchi. So, they need to smooth out these kill attempts. And I think they can actually score a kill onto Yorkie since he doesn't have that ice block available.
That's true, but at the same time, the plan is working. They're going on the Elemental Shaman just to physically oop. They want him to run out of mana, as they know the clock will be against him with a dampening kicking in. They're desperately just going to try and score kills onto the Shaman as he's trying to put heals into himself. They will get to a point where they will be able to take the game through that. A lot of damage is coming out now, though, onto using those healing surges. The CS has been used already though by Whiskey once, so there's going to be no interrupts on those healing surges, but they do not care. 15% mana left available there. Kenichi Boy throwing out those flash heals again onto the Elemental Shaman there. Castello sitting into that full fear, into a half fear there as well, and we're going to probably see this get swapped over onto Kenichi Boy. There it is, the full fear onto Kenichi Boy. Relentless damage going into the Elemental Shaman now. Castello sitting in a full poly into a half poly. They're going to be able to swap this right back over as well. The full poly can come out to Kenichi Boy and really extend the duration of the CC chain. The Spectral Guide does come out though from Kenichi Boy into the full poly, and look at the healing surge, the mana, 9% mana. The Elemental Shaman team is so far behind. I don't think they're going to be able to bring it back. 1% mana, this could be it. This is where he could go down. Kenichi Boy, the other CS available in 2 seconds, he just goes down, relentlessly killing and taking out Sakura in the Sock. Hashtag Synergy coming through that upper bracket, asserting their dominance, showing Sakura in the Sock the reason why they came through in that upper bracket.
Yeah, and I mean, Synergy just outlasted this team. That's again one of the things we talked about. That Elishan was forced to heal so often throughout that matchup. He did almost half as much healing as he did damage.
The Hellstone will know coming out to Burrito Ball. Spectral Guys into the full poly. He does have his trinket available, and the fear is going to get thrown out there onto the Elemental Shaman, and the poly out onto Castello, denying any incoming damage whilst these healers sit those CC chains indefinitely. Yeah,
Kimchi just had 3 full polys and a Frost Nova. He's going to be coming off poly DR relatively soon, so I think his Shaman needs to prepare for that. It looks like Fail's trying to get out some fear casts on the enemy team. They need to try to set up a CC chain, and Fail's usually the person who sets it up with the fear casts. Fail actually using his demonic leap to try to get into line of sight to perhaps get some fears going out. Sokka just hanging back, or hanging behind this pillar. It's becoming very difficult for Whiskey to get to CC, but there comes the Arcane Torrent and the Polymorph cast. Unfortunately, it does get locked out, I think, by another Arcane Torrent. So really good job by, I think it was MC Cash Dollar, using that Torrent to interrupt the polys. But here, Whiskey is, actually, Kimchi Boy's caught into a full fear, and Whiskey's probably going to follow this up with a poly. Yeah, actually, he doesn't. He actually blinks in offensively. Now I think he's going to start casting Polymorphs onto Sokka. Actually not doing that either. So Whiskey not doing anything I'm saying, but that's what he needs to be doing. He needs to be casting Polymorphs on Kimchi when he can. So here we should see a Polymorph cast on the Kimchi. Nope, it's onto Yorkie. So Kimchi actually using his Spectral Guys to avoid that Polymorph cast. Whiskey not getting much CC out this game. At this point in time, he is using his CCs onto Yorkie, and he should be using these Polymorphs to push in to try to CC Kimchi Boy. At the other side of things, it looks like Burrito Boy is stuck into a full fear. Fail is having to get out of there. He is pretty vulnerable right now.
Fail's dropping down.
Available.
Yeah, he's dropping down so low though. Now it's a full poly that got sacked. He didn't even trinket. I'm so surprised there. They did a really good job in communicating that to not use that trinket there this early into the game. Fantastic coordination there by Team Synergy. But it looks like that Fails is the target of choice for Sokka and the Sox, and they are now the aggressors. A full poly though coming out onto Mick Castola. Full fear coming out to Kenichi Boy. Are they going to swap this over? Full poly coming out to Kenichi Boy. Full fear to Mick Castola. The trinket coming out there though. The Elemental Shaman's in so much trouble catching that power with shield. The CS is available. The guys comes out though. The CS has already been used though. really unfortunate that they didn't have the CS available at the end of that CC chain, and that could have been the end at that point with the amount of outgoing pressure that Team #Synergy had going for them there. But the Elemental Shaman throwing out those lightning bolts now, doing a lot of damage, but he's desperately trying to run to a pillar here. The blanket stance comes out onto the Elemental Shaman as Kamichi Boy is sitting so much CC. He needs to be casting some heals here, and he got locked out. The first aid is coming out there. Saka's sitting in a full poly, looks like he's going to go down, and Saka on the socks again loses in the second game of the finals to #Synergy. These guys are absolutely on fire in this series and throughout the whole tournament. I don't know what it's going to take to be able to take this team down, Moran. I really don't.
Yeah, and at the end they got a beautiful cross CC going. Fail had feared MC Cash Dollar at the same time that WizKid had polyed Kimchi. And it's really important that you CC the mage. I've been saying this a lot, but it's really important you CC the mage on your goes if you're this Team Synergy, because the mage is the only one who can really disrupt you with that spammable polymorph. So it's really important you get that cross CC out, because if you don't, the CC chain on the healer is not going to matter as much if you're just getting spam poly. So that's exactly what happened. Really good cross CC by Synergy, proving once again why they're named Synergy. They're doing a beautiful job switching the DRs. You know, I said earlier in the game, Fails getting this perfect cross CC again. Full polymorph on the Kimchi is going to trigger that with a full fear on the MC Cash Dollar. So these are the CC chains, the cross CC chains that I was talking about. And you know, I think the next one is going to be very scary for this team. Kimchi doesn't have a string available, and MC Cash Dollar doesn't have a string available. So if they just wait out these DRs, kind of set up another CC chain, this could be the game.
Yeah, it completely could, but he's looking like a bit of a stalemate in regards to damage, but the target of choice with a double cross CC coming out to Saka on the sock. Big damage going in there to the Elemental Shaman, but the healing surge is being pumped out. The AGM comes out there as well. The CC got swapped over, the full poly comes to Kamichi Boy, and then a half poly coming out there as well. This could be the end. Is it going to go down? The shield comes out between the polymorphs, and he does manage to get picked right back up there by Kamichi Boy and himself. Really, really well played there. The full poly though coming back out over onto Fails, trying to flip an attempt to flip the momentum around now. Maybe we're going to see a poly coming out onto Burrito Bowls here. Can Cash Dollar set something up for his team? But Fails is taking a lot of damage here. The Spectral Guise has already been used. The CS is available as well from Cash Dollar, so Burrito Bowls has got to worry about that there too. And it looks like that he's just going to be able to heal through this damage, and the CS is not going to be used. The full fear coming out onto Kamichi by the full poly ultimate Cash Dollar. It's going to get followed up, I do believe. Look at the amount of mana that the Elemental Shaman's having to use to survive at this point. The cross CC is absolutely insane by #Synergy right now. They're doing such a great job of really locking down Saka, and he looks like it's going to be the end. And the Elemental Shaman goes down again, and that is it. That is it. It is over. The 2016 Twink Cup Arena champions are #Synergy. Wow, I mean, that was just completely crazy. I mean, I didn't expect the finals to go through so quickly, Moran. I don't know. I feel a little disappointed, but at the same time, I'm pretty happy.
Well, you know, as I said, going into this series, if Synergy plays perfectly, and they played pretty close to perfectly, they're going to have a good time. You know, they're executing their CC chains very well, and that's how every game was won in the exact same way. You got a full polymorph onto Kimchi, at the same time a full fear landed onto MC Cash Dollar. And you know, them alternating CC like that is perfect, because again, the mage is going to just try to shut them down throughout their kill attempt. But yeah, really good job to Team Synergy taking this 2016 Twink Cup Arena Tournament Championship, taking home the $500 Australian dollars. So congrats to them.
Yeah, like absolutely congratulations to #Synergy. You guys are taking home 500 Aussie bones between you guys. You guys can go celebrate, maybe go out, get a drink or something. But what I would like to do is try and get a winner's interview with #Synergy.